Hello.
Ahoy!
Welcome to episode 5 of Bottom of the Stream.
Yeah, 5 or 5.5.
I'm confused because this is the second time we've having to record this.
So, if we're usually on our vessel mothership heading down the stream, what is this? The lifeboat? Because we're in a different venue as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we're a bit of a mess this week. We recorded this episode before. We've lost the recordings and we're going to have to do it again. Because of that, we're in a different location. We're actually at Nick's house. And so if you hear some cats in the background, that might be that. But we'll try and get through it. We should be all right. It should be fine.
Yeah, so I think it was bound to happen eventually. Or at some stage, technology was going to play a part.
Yeah, I think it happens to all the best podcasts. So that's
and ours.
And ours, yeah. And some of the worst ones, apparently. But we'll get through it. We'll see how we go. This obviously is going to sound familiar to us, but you've never heard it before, so it's fine.
Exactly.
It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
So, we're talking about Little Evil.
Little Evil came out of the randomizer last week. What is Little Evil, Nick?
So, Little Evil is a film from 2017.
Yep.
Directed by Eli Craig.
Who is Eli Craig?
So we were big fans of his first film,
yes,
which was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
One of the funniest films I've ever seen, I think. That's...
Yeah, if you've not been and watched that, then absolutely go and check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really good. It's really funny, and it's a bit creepy as well.
Yeah.
So that's basically about. It turns the whole stereotype on its head, doesn't it? So it's about two hillbillies.
Yeah, hick rednecks
who are trying to. At first it looks like they're bumping off all these stupid college teenagers who are out for spring break or whatever. Turns out all the way through they're actually trying to help them,
and every death is an accident. Yeah, it's
killing them
it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, unfortunately, it's just been removed from Netflix. It's like a couple of weeks ago it was removed from Netflix. But if you have a way of finding it, go out there and find it because it's fucking brilliant.
Well, that was his first film, so this is his second film, Little Evil, and I had no idea this was his second film before we randomly.
It's one of those happy coincidences
from the list. So yeah, so Little Evil. What's the premise?
Premise is a guy called Gary, who's played by Adam Scott, moves in with his new wife, played by Evangeline Lilly, and her son, his now stepson, who is called Lucas, played by Owen Atlas, who is also potentially the Antichrist.
Yeah. So it's very much got a sort of Omen vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a parody of all those 80s horror
I think it's more of a homage than a
parody. Not parody. Parody's probably the wrong word.
It's not we're not in sort of scary movie hot shots.
Definitely not. It's
airplane territory.
Yeah, I think a homage, a love letter to them, probably.
So, Evangeline Lilly's character is called Sam.
Yep.
And as you say, Gary's the stepdad coming into this family
unit. Yeah, doesn't seem to have... He has obviously met the child before, but he has no relationship with him before the wedding.
No. So, this pulls a bit of a fast one at the start, doesn't it? So, you go straight in with this sort of culmination of a series of events that we sort of then learn the lead up to. And Lucas has essentially buried... Gary, his stepdad, alive.
Yeah, he's buried him alive in the garden. It starts off with Evangeline Lilly running out of the house on the phone, clearly to Gary, who is buried in the garden, and digging him up.
She sort of uncovers him, busts him out of the coffin, and he just yells, "I want a divorce."
Yeah, and then we cut to title, and we
1
go
year
from
earlier.
there. 1 year earlier.
Or 1 week earlier, sorry.
Yeah, 1 week.
And we go from there. So, Gary is in Britain, we would say, estate agent.
Realtor.
He's
a realtor.
If you're a fan of the Santa Clarita Diet.
Which, incidentally, you very much should be a fan of the Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah, top of the stream though. It's not,
do you think?
Yeah, it's not for...
It's not... I'd never heard of it before until you told me to watch it. I would say it's one of those...
I feel like it's top of the stream.
Just because you watch it.
Well, yeah.
Well, either way, it's a TV show anyway, but watch it, it's really funny.
So yes, Guy is a realtor, and
yes,
he sees as he's getting ready for work, and on the TV in the background is a padre, a father, a reverend, a priest, whatever title you want to give him, on the news saying that he believes the world's going to end imminently, or in a few weeks.
Yeah, he seems to be like one of these celebrity vicars.
Yeah.
That's just hit the news.
Yeah.
Played by Clancy Brown.
From Lost.
Also from Lost, as well as Evangeline Lilly is also in Lost.
Well, Clancy Brown's been in literally hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundred things. Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
He's a lot of voice over work as well.
I've written down here that he was the creepy celebrity vicar from Lost.
Okay.
That's how I've described him.
And it's sort of referenced in this conversation that something bad happened at Gary and Sam's wedding.
You don't find out at this point, but it's definitely implied that they don't want to remember their wedding day. It's something seriously bad happened by the sounds of it.
So Gary goes to work.
Yep.
He goes to show someone around this. He's got an old nunnery to sell, hasn't he?
Nunnery. That's a good word. I like it.
It is.
You're
looking at me like that might not.
It didn't sound right when you said it, but it is definitely right, and it's a fun word to say, so I'm going to say it. Nunnery. Said it again.
And lo and behold, who comes to have a look at it?
Clancy Brown.
Yeah. And he wants to buy it straight away.
Yes.
So they kind of shake hands on a deal, and then Gary gets a phone call, and he has to go to Lucas's school.
Yes.
Why does he have to go to Lucas's school?
There's been a little trouble at the school, is the message he gets.
Okay.
Turns out a little trouble means that his teacher's killed herself by jumping out of the classroom window and landing on a spiky fence.
And she did that because Lucas told her to go to hell.
Yes.
Which, again, another sort of Omen homage, because there's a grisly death in the Omen, which is very much being impaled on a spike. So Gary goes to the school meeting. There's the head teachers there, and the school psychologist, and they start asking him a few questions. They find out that he's the stepdad, so he's trying to build this relationship with Lucas, and they end up sending him to stepdad group therapy.
In an absolute masterclass of comedy writing, stepdad group therapy is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's all about that stepdad life, and there's some familiar faces in stepdad therapy.
Yes.
So you've got Turk
from Scrubs. Yeah.
And I really like this scene. So I'm not going to sit and sort of ruin some of the lines, because I think they were some of the best lines.
Yeah.
But there's sort of back and forward between the stepdads, and it's really funny. There is a bit I will just sort of point out when Gary says, "Oh, I think my kid might be the Antichrist," and the rest of them just sort of nod knowingly. Yeah. Oh, that's
we all think
for
that.
But yeah, really funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And then you've got, it kind of cuts from there to Lucas's birthday party.
Yes.
Where the stepdads also come along.
Yeah, all the stepdads are there with their respective stepchildren,
later,
including the person he works with, his colleague.
Yeah, so I'll say it right now. I think she was my favourite character
by far. She was absolutely brilliant. So explain.
So the character is Al.
Yeah,
and she is a stepdad.
Yeah,
because she is a lesbian. She's in a lesbian.
She's a butch
marriage.
Lesbian. Yes,
and it's just a fantastic character.
Yeah, she's played by Bridget Everett.
Yeah, who I think is a sort of
comedy.
Yeah, stand up comic,
but it's
she's great. She's got some great lines.
It's the best. It's the highlight of this film.
And they're sort of Gary and Al's buddy comedy.
Yes,
is just
buddy comedy duo. But it's fun. That relationship between those two is brilliant. So they're at this birthday party out in the field in a park somewhere. There's a lot of people there and a lot of kids there and a clown there. What happens to the clown?
Well, Lucas gives him the death glare.
Yeah, you cut to a scene of Lucas not enjoying himself with the other kids and just staring at the clown.
The clown happens to be sort of juggling.
Yeah.
And then he's juggling flaming batons.
Yeah.
And then he's on fire.
That suddenly catches fire because Lucas is watching him.
And he gets carted out on an ambulance.
Yeah.
And he sort of grabs Gary on the way past and says, "Your kid is the devil."
Yeah. He'd clocked what had gone on, but it was absolutely brilliant.
And there's loads of references all the way through this, through the whole film. But there's a point here where two identical twins suddenly pop up.
Yeah.
And they're sort of watching from the party, so they're obviously a reference in The Shining.
Yeah, they're even dressed the same as the two girls from The Shining.
And then one of the other stepdads comes along and says, "Right, go on, time to go."
Yeah. This is just brilliant. So funny. Gary, while this is all happening, Gary keeps getting telephone calls from their wedding videographer, trying to get hold of him.
Yeah, so Gary's been putting him off because
he doesn't want to see the footage of the wedding.
Whatever it was that happened at the wedding.
Yeah, even though we really do want to see it. So he eventually does give in and he goes to meet the videographer.
Yes.
Played by Tyler Labine.
Who was...
Dale in Tucker versus Dale. Tucker versus Dale versus Evil. Three-way match. Triple threat. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. So he shows him the footage of the wedding video, where firstly you see a priest talking backwards about protecting a child when it's played forward.
So yeah, talking in tongues.
Talking in tongues, but it turns out it's talking backwards. Then suddenly a tornado hits the wedding, and there's an absolutely fantastic scene where I think, is it Gary's uncle appears on screen?
Yeah.
And then just gets carried away by this tornado, and Gary just goes, well, I didn't even know he was there. Yeah. Nobody, obviously not missed him since it made me howl that bit.
There's always someone like that at the weddings.
Yeah.
How did they get invited?
Then Lucas is just standing in the middle of this tornado, completely unaffected by it, which confirms everybody's suspicions, I think, that he actually might be the Antichrist.
So, as well as that, the wedding videographer, that's really difficult to say, also sort of says he's been doing some research and that he's found 3 previous I don't know if it's stepdads, as in they were married, or but 3 previous.
I think he says every person your wife's ever dated is now dead. Yeah. Except for Gabriel Winthorpe, who is still alive, but is not in a good way.
Yeah. We'll see him in a minute. So, Gary, I really like this scene as well. So, Gary, that's probably Evangeline Lilly's best bit in this film. So
Evangeline Lilly is fantastic.
Yes, she plays it straight-laced,
beautifully, and
innocent.
Yeah, innocent and protective of everything that Lucas does.
So this next scene, right, Gary goes back and he's sort of saying to her, "I seriously think your child might be the Antichrist. I don't know. I've seen this footage from the wedding," and then she tells him how Lucas was conceived. And it was basically
as if it's like completely normal as well. It's like
basically in some strange cult ceremony.
Yeah. She describes it in vivid detail, but she completely deadpans it.
It's really funny.
She really shows off her comedy prowess in this, because it's not something you see from her very often.
And just after she said that, she told him this story as they're in bed. Lucas comes in and gets in between.
Yeah. There's a beautiful scene where Gary's just lying there and Lucas is lying looking at him, and they're both just staring at each other. It's beautiful. It's so funny.
Adam Scott's great in this film.
It is, yeah. Everybody's great in this film. Yeah. Even the kid who plays Lucas is brilliant in it.
So the next morning, Gary and Al go to check out this surviving ex-boyfriend.
Yes, Gabriel Winthorpe.
And they find him in a monastery. So they've been to a nunnery.
Yeah.
Now going to a monastery.
Yeah.
He's down in the basement, self-flagellating.
Flagellating himself. I love that word as well. It's another great word. Flagellating himself.
And sort of chanting over and over that Lucas is the Antichrist.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Paul Bettany's character in the Da Vinci Code. It's constant self-harm, and yeah, he does reveal the fact that Lucas is in fact the Antichrist, and that they need to find Gozamel,
the demon hunter. In Bethlehem.
Which they obviously dismissed completely because they can't afford to go to Bethlehem until they see news footage they're in a bar just after this.
Yeah, sort of trying to
drowning their sorrows and trying to decide what to do. And they see some news footage of a end of the world cult kind of pillaging a shop because they think the end of the world's coming.
Yeah, so are they followers of?
They're followers of
Padre.
Yes, Reverend Gospel. That was his name, which is not very imaginative for a vicar's name, but that was his name. So his followers have decided the world's going to end. So they're looting, basically, and they see this footage on the news, and they happen to be looting in a town called Bethlehem, which is not very far from where they live.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
So they decide to go there because they believe they will find Gozamel there.
And they do.
In the shop. In the same shop that was being looted in the news footage.
So they must have travelled there very quickly.
Very quickly.
Well, it wasn't very far away.
Considering they'd not heard of it.
Yeah. A minor...
A minor plot point, but hey ho.
So Gozamel doesn't want to come with them initially because he doesn't believe their story.
Yeah.
Until Gary happens to mention that even though he's already had his birthday party, Lucas is about to have his actual birthday.
Yeah, he's about to turn 6.
On the 6th
of June.
Yes.
So 6 on the 6th of the 6th.
At which point Gozamel sort of
stops him in his tracks completely.
Comes around
to it. Because the 6th of June is also the day the world is due to end. So this child's going to be 6 on that day. 666. 2 and 2 together make
Equals
666.
666.
So they get in their truck. Is it a truck? Yeah, I think it's a truck.
Truck/van.
Truck/motorhome, maybe. Gozumel reveals that he wants to kill the kid.
He's got a holy knife.
He's got a holy knife.
Which is passed down to him by his own father.
Yeah.
Who was presumably also a demon hunter.
Yes.
Gary's not really on board with it.
No, he does.
He wasn't bargaining on.
He doesn't want to kill his own stepson. No. But conveniently, they're in a car wreck and Gozumel is killed.
Well, he's thrown through the
window because he doesn't believe in seatbelts.
Yeah. I mean, they exist.
The world, he
won't
doesn't believe in wearing them because the world's going to end anyway. Why does he need to wear a seatbelt? And then he finds out the reason why he needs to wear a seatbelt quite quickly.
Shot out like a javelin
into a cornfield.
Yes, another reference.
Another horror film reference. Yeah.
So there's a bit of a creepy scene when they're searching for him through the cornfield.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gary makes it home, doesn't he?
Eventually, yeah. He gets home and Lucas is sitting on a swing outside in the garden.
In the mist.
In the middle of the night, in the mist. And then isn't. All of a sudden, he just vanished.
And he goes inside and Sam is there with her best friend.
Yeah.
Who's a real cowbag.
Yeah, horrible one. Horrible piece of work.
And someone from the Child Protection Services.
Yeah.
Who is played in a great cameo by Sally Field.
Sally Field, who was the mum in Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And
Mrs. Doubtfire. Again, absolute legend.
And she was also Aunt May in 2 of the Spider-Man films.
Yeah, she was. Do you want a good fact?
I do want a good fact.
So,
give me a good fact.
Eli Craig, the director.
Yes.
Do you know why he cast Sally Field?
I don't. Well, I'm lying, I do, because we've already recorded this, but I'm going to act and pretend I don't.
Okay, do your best acting.
I don't know why he's...
he cast Sally Field because she's his mum.
Oh, right, okay.
That's brilliant. Well
did I do that well? Yeah, that is quite an interesting fact. That Eli Craig is Sally Field's son.
So I don't know if she took a pay cut or maybe she did it on the mates rates.
She took a haircut. What an awful haircut she has in this film. I didn't even recognise her.
I think it's probably a wig, but who knows?
Oh, definitely. I'm hoping it was. But
it's not that method.
She plays a really horrible... yeah, she is horrible. She's trying to get the child off them.
Yeah, so the three of them very much gang up on Gary, don't they?
Yeah, because he's late to the meeting. He knew the meeting was going to happen.
You're not trying hard enough. You need to make more of an effort.
Yeah.
To build
he's still got a bit of cornfield in his hair, which I found quite funny.
They basically say, "Oh, go on, go and tuck him in."
He's in bed.
He's in bed. He said, "No, he's not. He's out there on the swing." It's really creepy.
They don't believe him, and so Gary goes upstairs, and suddenly all the lights go out. Did he find a torch? I think he found a torch. Yeah, he did. He's absolutely terrified at this point because he now knows that this child is the Antichrist. He goes into Lucas's room, and it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
it's been ransacked. The word rapture is written backwards on the wall.
Yeah.
Then this fucking freaky sock puppet appears that's a goat.
Well, yeah, we've not mentioned that before. But no, it's about his second or third appearance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So again, in a sort of nod to The Shining and Red Rum from The Shining, Lucas has got this quite freakish goat sock puppet. Which he doesn't talk himself at all really in this film, but he talks through the sock puppet, which has got a horrible voice and is terrifying looking and scares the living bejeebus out of Gary. Yeah, he sort of legs it to the bathroom, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And sort of slips,
bangs his head on the bath.
And he's out.
And he's out cold, knocks himself out cold.
And this is where Lucas, through some sheer show of strength...
It's the Antichrist.
manages to drag him downstairs and then...
bury him in the back garden. So we're back to the beginning of the film now, so you see it all play out again.
Because the bit which really summed up what I liked about this film for me. So when Sam first gets the phone call from Gary to say he's buried alive in the garden, she first runs upstairs into the room which has clearly been ransacked. That doesn't bother at all.
Yeah.
She looks up at the ceiling and sees this rapture written backwards on the ceiling, and she just goes, "Oh, so artistic."
She's not having any of it. This kid can do no wrong in her eyes.
Yeah, as Ad says, that brings you back to the...
you see it all play out again. She digs him up and he shouts he wants a divorce.
And then it starts raining blood on Gary.
Oh yeah, it does start just on Gary.
Yeah.
It starts raining blood on him. It's fucking brilliant. It's so funny.
So they kind of split apart.
Yeah, they break up at that point.
Yeah.
He's asked for a divorce. That's kind of...
Gary goes and has a chat with Al at Al's kids' baseball game. And you sort of start to see that Al has had a bit of a breakthrough with his stepson.
Yes.
So their relationship has actually improved loads. And Al has been given a baseball.
Yeah.
Because they're at a baseball game. From his stepson. And it says, best dad ever on it.
Yeah.
And it makes Gary start thinking, have I done enough?
Yeah, maybe I should have tried harder with the Antichrist and befriended him more. And so he decides he's going to take Sam some flowers and try and make up for him.
Give it one last go.
Give it one last go.
Yeah.
Which he does. He succeeds. And
he may have an ulterior motive. We'll come to that.
Yeah, he might have. So he decides he wants to spend the day alone with Lucas. Take him out for the day. See if he can have this breakthrough.
So he takes him to a water park.
Yeah.
So we've got a water park montage.
A brilliant water park.
Of them like bonding.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. It's played for laughs.
It is played for laughs. And Lucas actually laughs at one point as well, which is the first humanising of his character in the whole film.
They have ice cream.
Yeah.
Get a photo taken.
Yeah.
I thought, this didn't happen, but I remember thinking when this was happening, because they got a lady to take their photo, that like, she'd take it and he wouldn't be in it.
I thought exactly the same thing.
But that didn't happen.
Whoa, there's a cat on the table. Cat's gone.
So Lucas kind of says, coming towards the end of the day, I love you, Gary.
Yeah, they have the breakthrough moment, but Gary at this point has already made his decision.
Yeah, so they're at the top of a big slide.
Yeah, he's decided he wants to kill him.
Yeah.
He's going to try and kill Lucas in an accident.
Yes.
Inverted commas I'm doing there, you can't see that.
So they're at the top of the big slide.
Yeah, the biggest slide in the park.
And Lucas decides he wants to go down.
Yep.
And so Gary says, fine, we go down, you need to put your armbands on.
Yeah.
He's filled them with sand, hasn't he?
Yeah, of course he has. He's not blowing them up. Somehow he's filled them with sand.
And he's sort of still having that sort of internal...
So
he's put the armbands on and he's having that internal debate.
Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this?
In the meantime, Lucas just goes.
Yeah, Lucas just dives down the slide.
At which point Gary sort of goes onto his knees, doesn't he? And he's like, give me a sign, what should I do? And there is a sign.
There is a sign.
Quite literally, there is a sign.
There's two planes in the sky that are sign written the word love.
Yeah.
So Gary decides that that's the sign he needed.
Yeah.
And so he dives down the slide and rescues Lucas at the bottom.
Yeah, so he fishes Lucas
Lucas is floating at the bottom. I'm losing it. He's sunk to the bottom of the pool.
Bottom of the stream?
Bottom of the stream? Oh, it's not a stream, it's a pool. So he's sunk to the bottom and Gary gets down there and rescues him. The sock puppet doesn't survive.
No.
The sock puppet does. You see that sinking off to the bottom off camera.
That is gone.
That is the end of the sock puppet, which was called...
Leroy.
I was going to say Pepe, but that's not right.
Okay. Maybe the French dubbed version.
That's the one I watched.
Okay. How's your French?
Awful. I was going to say a French word, but I couldn't even think of one.
Yeah, so they then have a chat, don't they? Have a bit of a heart.
Yeah, they go. Do they get more ice cream? They
go for ice cream.
Yeah.
And Lucas says that he likes Gary better than he likes his real dad.
Yeah.
And Gary says, "Who's your real dad? Do you still see your real dad?"
Yeah.
And Lucas said, "Yeah, he talks to me all the time, or he talks through my toys."
Yeah. Talks through the TV.
Or the TV. So there's another reference earlier where you just see Lucas sat in front of the static TV, which is very poltergeist.
Yeah.
And this sort of loving moment is...
They have a sweet moment where they both decide they don't want to kill each other anymore. They both decide they both want to love. Yeah.
And it is rudely interrupted by Lucas being taken away in a van by Sally Field and some goons.
She turns up with her goons.
Yeah.
She becomes the bad guy in this film. But yeah, so does he get a message on his phone saying there's a warrant out for him or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, and so she turns up to take the child away. The police turn up at the same time, arrest Gary.
And meanwhile, our very reverend gospel turns up and abducts Sam.
Yes, that all happens at the same time.
Because they are looking for the dagger.
Yes.
That Gozamor had.
Yes.
Because it soon becomes apparent they want to sacrifice Lucas to open the hell portal to bring the devil to Earth.
Basically bring the apocalypse.
And herald the apocalypse on the 6th of the 6th.
Yeah, so Gary escapes from the back of the police car.
Yeah.
While the police are not looking because some guy helps him out.
Yeah. So there's a creepy guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He pops up a few times in the film just for like a jump scare.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's just a nice
tramp and decides he wants to... So he lets Gary out of the car anyway and Gary legs it. There's a plague of locusts at this point as well. Doesn't really come to anything, but it happens.
So he goes to see Al.
Yeah, as you would. You go to your friends in the time of need.
The stepdads gather.
Team Stepdad turns up.
Stepdad life. And it turns out Al's got a monster truck.
Got a freaking monster truck in the garage. So
pile in the monster truck.
They all get in the monster truck.
They're going to rescue Lucas and Sam.
Yeah, until they get stopped by a police blockade.
Well, did you notice? So just before that,
go on.
They got in the monster truck and they turned on the CD player or whatever, and of course, because Al's a complete macho stepdad, he's listening to Rush. So
I didn't notice that.
And last week we reviewed I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah. And
Del, Peter Dinklage's character, when he's driving around being human Wall-E, he's listening to Rush.
Oh, really?
So that's two
Rush references
in 2 films.
Nice.
Chances of that are, but slap the bass.
They pull up to this police blockade.
Yeah.
They realise they might be screwed.
Yeah.
And then they remember that they're in a monster truck.
Yeah.
And they could just drive over a police blockade, which is exactly what they do. And they get to the nunnery, which makes a comeback from the first scene.
Yeah, and they can't get in.
They can't get in because it's locked.
It's
Fair play.
2 huge ass
wooden doors.
And until Gary quite hilariously remembers he's the estate agent and he can just open the door with the key from the lockbox.
Because he's the keymaster.
Yes.
Because that's what Gozumel said they needed.
A Ghostbusters reference. They get in the door and there is Sally Field on sort of...
I didn't twig that was Sally Field straight away.
Well, she's got a robe on.
She's got a robe and a mask on.
Because they've all gone into sort of culty robe-wearing duties.
Yeah.
So Gary punches her in the face.
Just punches her clean in the face. Brilliant. Eli Craig must have loved directing that scene.
Yeah, get his mum
gets his mum punched in the face. She goes flying.
Then she gets back up in a jump scare. So he 2x4s her in the face.
It was brilliant. And that's the end of her.
Yeah. They burst through to the sort of main chamber of the nunnery.
Yeah.
And Lucas is tied to a stone tablet.
Yeah.
And he's about to be sacrificed.
Sam's also tied up. She's tied to the wall.
Yeah.
Next to where all the crowd is. And there's a brilliant scene where they all reveal themselves to Sam by lifting their masks. And they find masks and robes and disguise themselves. And they all reveal themselves like, oh, it's us. It's brilliant.
Just as Reverend Gospel's about to bring the dagger down.
Yeah, they're slightly too late.
Yeah.
They didn't quite make it in time. But.
Yeah. Al hands Gary the best dad ever baseball.
Yeah.
So Gary's got one shot. So he
line shot straight up the middle.
Yeah. He reels back and he throws the baseball
straight into the face of
Reverend
Gospel.
Man down. Hell door kind of opens or half opens anyway.
Yeah.
Because I presume the devil is extremely pissed off.
Yeah, because he wanted to come through, obviously.
He tries to drag Lucas down.
Yeah. Gary tries to lecture the crowd at one point before he realises that Lucas is levitating behind him.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny. He was like, what are you doing, you Satanists? Why?
And it ends up with sort of Gary and Lucas both hanging over the portal to hell.
Lucas falls in and Gary tries to save him, and then they're like both hanging over the hell portal. Then flames shoot up around them. They both drop. You believe that they're gone, but they both come back.
Yeah, both climb over the edge.
Both climb over the edge.
There's one final sort of jump scare, isn't there, where
the
Reverend Gospel pops back up.
Yeah, just as they're all celebrating that they've all survived this.
Yeah.
And Sam just one bombs him straight in the face, straight into the hell portal.
And that's the end of him.
That's the end of him, and almost the end of the film.
Yeah.
So there's a final scene that's obviously set a little bit later on where Lucas and Gary are doing a soapbox derby. And they'd referenced it earlier in the film that Gary wanted to do this soapbox derby, and so they do, and they speed off and presumably win the race, and that is the end of Little Evil.
This was great.
It was fucking brilliant.
I had so much fun watching this.
Definitely, it felt like a proper film. I don't understand why it's not higher up the stream than it should be. It's only got 5.7 on IMDb.
This was so far ahead of anything else we've watched.
Definitely. This goes, as our stream table stands, we have a new number one as far as I'm concerned.
And it's quite a way above any of this.
Bait is currently sitting at number one. I think this is head and shoulders above Bait.
I watched this on a Friday night, and it was just perfect.
Yeah, it's
sort of film for after a week at work. It's
just sit and enjoy it.
Fun.
Just have fun with it. It is funny, and that's the main thing that I wanted from it. That it needed to be funny, and it was. It wasn't like stupid, gross out humour. It's a really funny film. It made me laugh out loud more than once.
Good script. Well, really like the references. So, obviously The Omen, The Shining, Poltergeist, Children of the Corn. The only one we probably haven't mentioned is there was a lot taken from Shaun of the Dead as well.
Yeah.
And definitely as like a homage. So a lot of those fast jump cuts.
Yeah.
Things where Gary's like opening a bag of chips and a can of beer, and it's really got that
Edgar Wright became famous for those sort of quick jump cuts, and they do a couple of them.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. Adam Scott was great. The lady who played Al, Bridget Everett, she was fantastic.
Evangeline Lilly is unbelievably good in this.
Yeah.
I love her anyway. I mean, me and you are both huge Lost fans, but since then she's not really. She has done stuff, but nothing.
It's loads of stuff.
Yeah, but nothing that's really grabbed me. She's
Marvel.
She's the Wasp in the Marvel films, I suppose.
Hobbit films.
The Hobbit films are not great.
I didn't watch them. Well, I think I saw the first one.
I really enjoyed her in this. I thought she was brilliant. Everybody's brilliant in it.
And some really good cameos.
Yeah.
Definitely
go and watch it. It's going to go straight at number 1 on the stream table. You can find the stream table on the website. Yeah, enjoy it. Go and watch it.
Yes, highly recommended.
Definitely. So, shall we reveal what obviously we've already picked next week's film because we've recorded this podcast before. So I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence by pretending to pick it again.
Fine, that's sensible.
So what came out of the bag when we did record the first time was a film called Sierra Burgess is a Loser.
Yes.
Which is a rom-com?
Yeah, a teen rom-com.
Teen rom-com, which puts us way out of our comfort zone, I think. I think you'll agree. Are you into teen rom-coms?
So what I would say is that I am far more likely to watch one any day than you would be.
You live with a woman.
Yeah.
You live with 3 girls.
Yeah, that's true. But
it's definitely well out of my comfort zone. It's not a sort of film I would normally watch.
Well, I was going to say it's not something I'd necessarily pick out to watch, but then I don't know if anything we've watched so far I would have necessarily picked
possibly
out.
This. I think I probably would have picked Lilly. I would have definitely watched Bait at some point.
Yeah. Just
because of my love for shark films, but I'm prepared to, for this podcast, I'm prepared to watch anything. And
well, that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about. It's not just horror films or comedy films or things. There's a bit of everything in that bag. And we'll go from there. So, yeah.
Sierra Burgess is a Loser. So.
Sorry, Shannon Purser.
Yes. So, have a look.
Check it out. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter. It's at BOTS_podcast. Same on Instagram, at BOTS_podcast. Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. bottomofthestream.podbean.com is the website, and bottomofthestream@gmail.com is the email address. All off the top of my head. None of that's written down. I'm well in the zone tonight. Yeah, follow us on all the social medias. Feedback what you thought of this film. Feedback what you thought of any of the other films, and we'll start reading them out on the podcast. Until next week, we will see you soon.
Cheers.
Bye.